Israeli minister gets attacked in U.S. Anti-Israel protesters hurl bottles at Netanyahu's minister. Dramatic videos caught on camera. Ben Gvir faces massive protests in the U.S. Hundreds of protesters gather near Yale University. Pro-Palestinian protesters raise slogans against Netanyahu's minister. Ben Gvir shows victory sign at protesters. Approximately 300 anti-Israel protesters confronted Israeli National Security Minister Ben Gvir near Yale University on April 23 night, throwing bottles and chanting slogans against the far-right politician. According to the reports, Ben Gvir was invited to speak at an event near Yale University's campus. The situation escalated as some demonstrators hurled water bottles at the Israeli minister as he left the event at Shabtai, a private Jewish intellectual discussion society based at Yale that is not affiliated with the university. The video showed dozens of demonstrators shouting and chanting at the minister as he exits, smiling and waving at the protesters. Members of the crowd wore masks or keffiyehs, the traditional scarf used by Palestinians as a national symbol, carried signs accusing Israel of apartheid and genocide, and chanted anti-Israel slogans. However, Ben Gvir's office said nobody was hurt. Remember, Ben Gvir has been public about his adoration for U.S. President Donald Trump, proudly extolling his plan to resettle Gazans outside of the Palestinian territory. He quit Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's government in January because he was opposed to the ceasefire deal that saw the return of Israeli hostages from Gaza in exchange for the release of Palestinian prisoners and detainees. He only rejoined the government last month when Israel resumed its war in Gaza. Meanwhile, deadly Israel-Hamas war continues to escalate. On April 24, an Israeli airstrike hit a police station in Jabalia in the northern Gaza Strip, reportedly killing at least 10 people. The Israeli military said in a statement, apparently referring to the same incident, that it attacked a command and control center operated by Hamas and the allied Islamic Jihad groups in Jabalia, which terrorists used to plan and execute attacks against Israeli forces. Remember, since a January 2025 ceasefire collapsed on March 18, Israeli attacks have reportedly killed more than 1,900 Palestinians and hundreds of thousands have been displaced as Israel seized what it calls a buffer zone of Gaza's land. Efforts by Arab mediators Qatar and Egypt, backed by the United States, have so far failed to reconcile disputes between the two warring parties.